Know yourself and you will make progress. Here on planet Earth, we are lucky to be born knowing pretty much nothing. And that is not a bad thing. There is always something new to learn. The ancient Greek philosopher Socrates said that the wise man understands that he knows nothing. So, if you are aware of everything you don't know, then you have made a good start. That doesn't mean you should settle for ignorance. In the 6th century BCE, at the entrance of the temple of Apollo in Delphi, Greece, the following maxim was written: Know thyself. More than 2500 years later, it is just as valid and useful now as it was then. Because to know what we are good at, we have to start by knowing ourselves. Now, imagine a strange journalist comes to interview you. He's strange because he asks, Who are you? But warns that to answer you cannot use your name, nor the place where you live or were born, nor can you say what your job is or what you study. How would you answer the question? Who are you? It is not easy to explain who we are in words because it is not easy to know ourselves. Although knowing yourself is difficult, there is something you can do to learn more about yourself. You can be brave like a superhero and ask others what they think of you. But only ask your friends and family, also ask people who are just acquaintances so you get other points of view. If you do this experiment, you must be willing to accept all kind of opinions, whether they are positive or negative. This information called feedback will be useful to you, especially if you ask about something specific that you do. For example, if you are composing music with your computer, don't hesitate to let others listen to your music. Dare to ask, what do you like best about this song? What do you like least about it? What would you change to improve it? Listen carefully to other people's opinions and thank them for taking the time to rate your work. Those opinions that point out details you are unaware of will be especially useful. But just because you love doing something doesn't necessarily mean you are very good at it. The world is full of people who aren't good at something they love to do. For example, singers who give their all the shower but who no one would like to listen to in an auditorium. Runners who would never take part in a professional competition. Novelists with more enthusiasm than good ideas. Entrepreneurs with projects that will never make money. You might love doing something because it relaxes you or because you get great fun out of it, but you might not be good at it. In fact, finding something you like to do is relatively easy compared with being good at it. The good news is everyone is good at something. Although, as the wizard at the monastery of the oracle says, it is up to each individual to find out what it is. Others' feedback is very useful, but in the end, you are the one who has to look at your face in the mirror to get to know yourself. Maybe you don't have the physical attributes to ever be a professional basketball player, but you love the sport so much and analyze games so well that you would be an excellent coach. In fact, as we saw when the first two medallions came together, when you are lucky enough to have what you love coincide with what you are good at, that becomes a passion more than a hobby. We are aware we have a rough diamond in our hands that will dazzle if we polish it. Knowing yourself is the key to everything. The more you know who you are, the better your contribution to the world, your career, and your life in general will be. But don't be in a rush. Enjoy the adventure of getting to know yourself and think about how lucky you are compared to the inhabitants of Namek.